When love feels like survival, how needing to be rescued turns affection into obsession. Love is often portrayed as a magical force, something that sweeps us off our feet, fills the emptiness inside, and makes life feel worth living. But not all love begins from a healthy, grounded place. Sometimes love is not about connection, compatibility, or genuine affection. Sometimes it's about survival. For many women, especially those carrying emotional wounds from the past, love becomes more than a desire. It becomes a lifeline. And when that happens, the relationship is no longer about mutual respect or emotional growth. It becomes about being rescued, about finally feeling safe, about finally being enough. But when love is born out of the need to be saved, it quickly transforms into something else: obsession. The attachment becomes so intense, so consuming, that even when the relationship is clearly toxic or wrong, she can't let go. Why? Because losing that person doesn't feel like losing a partner. It feels like losing her entire sense of self-worth. The rescue fantasy, where it begins. The desire to be rescued doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's usually rooted in deeper emotional patterns: childhood wounds, abandonment issues, low self-esteem, or past traumas. A woman who has never felt emotionally safe, seen, or valued may carry a silent hope that love will finally fix her life, that the right person will come along and fill in all the gaps. This mindset creates what psychologists call the rescue fantasy, the belief that a partner will bring healing, stability, and meaning. She might not consciously realize it, but she's not looking for a relationship. She's looking for relief. This kind of love isn't about sharing. It's about being saved. Why the need for rescue becomes obsession. When love is tied to a woman's sense of survival, it activates her deepest fears. It's not just a breakup she's avoiding. It's the collapse of her emotional foundation. She clings, not because she's weak or irrational, but because her identity is now wrapped up in that relationship. This emotional dependence turns ordinary affection into something urgent and consuming. She may find herself thinking about the partner constantly, fearing their withdrawal, or going to great lengths to keep them around, even if the relationship is one-sided, toxic, or emotionally damaging. In her mind, if the relationship ends, it's not just a loss. It's confirmation that she's unlovable, broken, or not good enough. That's what makes it so hard to let go. It's not about the person. It's about what they represent: safety, worth, validation. The red flags that get ignored. In healthy love, we pay attention to red flags. We protect our boundaries. We speak up when something feels wrong. But when love starts from a place of emotional desperation, red flags are often ignored. Or worse, reinterpreted as passion. He's distant? He's just busy. He's disrespectful? Maybe I'm too sensitive. He's unavailable? If I love him enough, he'll change. This distortion happens because the fear of losing the relationship overrides logic. Deep down, the woman isn't evaluating whether this person is right for her. She's trying to prove that she's worthy of being chosen. And that mission becomes all-consuming. The dangerous cycle: hurt, hope, and hang on. When a woman is emotionally attached to someone who's clearly wrong for her, she often finds herself in a painful cycle. Hurt. The partner disappoints her, ignores her needs, or even mistreats her. Hope. She remembers the good times, believes change is possible, or convinces herself the problem is her. Haping on. She tries harder, sacrifices more, and becomes even more emotionally invested, hoping that this time will be different. This cycle is addictive. It mirrors trauma bonding, where emotional highs and lows create a psychological grip that's incredibly difficult to break. And the longer she stays, the more her self-worth becomes tied to the outcome. It's not about weakness. It's about wounding. From the outside, it's easy to judge. People ask, why doesn't she just leave? But the truth is, she doesn't stay because she's weak. She stays because she's wounded. She believes, often subconsciously, that her value is determined by whether or not someone stays with her. So walking away feels like failure. It feels like proof that she wasn't good enough to be rescued, that she wasn't lovable enough to fix. This belief system isn't rooted in rational thought. It's rooted in emotional pain. And until that pain is addressed and healed, no amount of advice or logic will convince her to let go. Path to healing, reclaiming the self. The real rescue doesn't come from another person. It comes from within. A woman must begin to separate her self-worth from her relationship status. She must ask, who am I outside of this love? What do I deserve? What am I afraid of facing alone? Healing means facing the loneliness and fear she's tried to avoid. It means building an identity that isn't based on being chosen, but on choosing herself. That process often involves therapy, self-reflection, emotional boundaries, and the courage to sit with discomfort instead of rushing to fill it. When a woman heals the parts of her that believed she needed saving, she no longer seeks love from a place of desperation. She no longer clings to the wrong people. She knows her worth, and she waits for love that recognizes it too. Final thought. Love isn't meant to rescue you, it's meant to walk beside you. Love can be beautiful, nurturing, and supportive, but it should never be a substitute for healing. When love is born from survival instincts, it traps us in cycles of obsession, fear, and unworthiness. It makes us hold on to people who harm us just because they once made us feel seen. But the truth is, no one else can rescue you. Not truly. That work belongs to you. And it's not easy, but it's powerful. Because when you no longer need someone to save you, you become free. Free to love, to choose, to walk away, to finally build the kind of relationship that supports who you already are, not who you're trying to be.